Good afternoon, delegates. I rise to second the report in the Prosperity and Fairness Committee. And I must say, did Bernie just steal half my speech? Absolutely. I'd like to pay respect to the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, past and present, and pay my respect to the elders too. Delegates, the industrial and safety laws in this country and this state are broken and need to be fixed. And I was going to leave it to the end of the address, but I might go to the start of it. I want to acknowledge every trade unionist in this room today, every trade union member, every union that stood up for a fair go. I had the privilege of having dinner the other night with my mate Alex Classens, someone who stood up non-stop for rail workers in the toughest of times. I want to call him out specifically. It's been a hard bloody go for Alex and all the members of the RTBU, and they've stood up and stood strong. On this stage, on this very place, some 10 years ago, Jim Mackin stood up and said that there's no factions on the picket line. That's true then, it's true today. We need to stand up and keep fighting together. Workers deserve a fair go and they deserve a government to support them. They deserve a safe work agency that's not a toothless tiger, that stands up for safety in the workplaces, that puts bosses in jail when they kill workers. We deserve them to stand up with the CFMEU when they call people out for silica, the next asbestos, a real threat. That needs to be dealt with by Safe Work New South Wales. We need a government to stand up to companies that rob workers. Wage theft should be criminalised. If you steal wages, you should go to jail as well. Delegates, we need to deal with an award system to make sure it's reflective of workers' rights, not an antiquated system that's so below par it just doesn't recognise any living means. We need to deal with the EBA termination laws, which have been weaponised against workers. And for the state workers in New South Wales, that 2.5% cap needs to go. Delegates, workers deserve dignity, workers deserve a fair go. I'd like to thank everyone that's contributed to the report. Sometimes you do see factionalism in this conference. In this report, in this chapter, in this agenda, what we're seeing is unions work together, and that's what it should always be about. Because at the end of the day, delegates, there's no factions on the picket line. I commend this report to the conference.
Thanks, Paul. I call Delegate Michael Caine.